view of the world expands. A wide variety of guests will provide insight on how they do business, family, and leadership in their lives. So now, here's today's show. Take care. Thank you, Karen. Hey, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Faith Washington Show. I'm Faith Washington, and I have incredible guests tonight. We are live on Facebook, Periscope, 95.3 FM, 1470 AM, and the iHeartRadio app, WWNN. Freddie and Dawn, thank you so much for hooking us up tonight. And my special guests tonight are Navy veteran Arturo Bobadilla.
That's correct.
And Sherry Blanchet.
Hello.
Hello. And thank you guys so much for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
It's really interesting. I met Arturo on Monday evening at an unnetworking event that my friend Lynn Radice and I arranged. Well, Lynn did most of the work, but we met, and Arturo and I hit it off, and we're looking for investors for the incredible opportunity that they're providing in Peru. So what I'd like for them to do is kind of talk about, first of all, precision sourcing, which is their initial business, and then also Bodega de Oro, which is what Sherry came up with for their business in Peru, which is doing really incredible gold mines. So, Arturo, Sherry, one of you guys take it away and kind of tell us about the how this is set up through the veterans.
Arturo is a Navy veteran, intelligence. And
Special, what is it called?
Special Forces.
Special Forces
That's right.
intelligence, folks. We're talking high level.
High level
Yes.
intelligence.
Yes.
At any rate, and I was working in the procurement business for the federal government with another company.
Okay.
The company was sold. At that time, Arturo and I met literally on a phone conversation.
Like a conference call, right?
It was a conference call.
And
We immediately had a meeting of the minds. We both knew instantly that we'd been waiting for that other person that really understood what our dreams were, or what we wanted in life.
your
other
vision,
than
your vision
our
and your
vision,
mission
our dreams,
for
our
other
mission,
people.
for other
Yep.
people, for ourselves. Because obviously we want to make money and prosper. Everyone does, but there's more to life as you get older. For me, anyway, you really want to feel like you've left your carbon footprint somewhere on the earth.
We call that legacy
Yeah,
and
and
impact.
legacy. So we teamed up together and have been doing federal contracting, working with our veterans who I love.
Me
We
too.
have all over the country. We do procurement for them, mostly maintenance and operations. The West Palm Beach VA right here, we're just doing a boiler contract, and HVAC we're replacing. So it's very interesting because it's never the same projects. They'll call
So you guys
us-
do all sorts of different kinds of projects.
Oh,
So it's
whatever
not
they
like
need.
just one thing.
No,
You're-
it's all kind of services.
Okay.
Whatever the VA hospital needs,
Okay.
we do it for them.
product,
Wow.
services, commodities,
Whether there's-
mattresses, whatever they
Yeah,
need.
they need weapons for their police
Yeah.
force, then we provide that.
Wow. No, I
Right.
had no idea. I mean,
Yeah.
even we talked before the show, I didn't know that. That's a big deal.
I'll tell
Oh,
you
yes.
something kind of
absolutely.
funny.
Yeah, yeah.
After Irma, bats got into the new VA hospital in Orlando. So the
Bats. Did you say bats? I
Bats.
don't like bats. Okay, I like that they
They're
like
called-
bugs, but I don't like bats.
I was like, Sherry, can you get these bats out of here? Sure, no problem. It took probably a year to get rid of the bats. But the point is, we tell them we can do anything for them.
And you do
And
it.
we
Yeah,
have
do
and
that,
we
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Nice job, baby.
So you're welcome.
Nice job. I
So
love
at any
that.
rate, we
love
that's our passion, our daily passion.
Right.
After that, as we got to know one another and know what our strengths and weaknesses are, we're both humanitarians. We both we want to do something desperately to really impact the world now, especially now when everyone, it seems so crazy.
Right.
Arturo being originally from Peru, and he has an affinity, obviously, for his people, where he
Yes.
grew up.
And where
his
did you grow up?
Inca heritage.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the capital, in Lima, Peru.
In Lima, Peru.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's why Peru is on your heart. That's why you.
Correct.
That's why you went.
more than I would say more than Peru. People in need is in my heart.
Correct.
It's just that
Anywhere.
it's anywhere in the world. And one of my tours in Egypt during the wartime, I went with my guys on the bus, non-disclosed, of course, and we saw numbers and numbers of little kids. I don't know how they knew that these buses were full of military personnel, U.S. military. So they just jump onto the windows asking for food. So I had to gather all my guys because each one of them had their bags of food.
Right.
So I collected all that and we just gave it to them.
Love
And things like that you see throughout the war, and something like that I was able to see it on one of my trips to Peru when I had one of the construction projects down there. That's how all these things started back in 2013.
Is because you saw the great need.
It's
You
a
saw the
tremendous need.
and I think that all of our hearts are for children, and when they're hungry and things are just their needs aren't being met, and their parents, I'm sure, would love to meet those needs, but if they're not able to, as a parent, you feel really
They need
helpless.
jobs. They
You
need
feel you need a
Opportunity.
job, you need the opportunity. But here's the thing is that if you don't have that opportunity and you don't know how to provide for your family, it makes you feel very helpless.
Of course.
And that's where you guys come in. And that's what we talked about before the show. So this is, folks, where Bodega de Oro comes in. It's called the People's Gold. And so what you guys have done is you have purchased and owned these mines in Peru, in the Andes Mountains. And that's where you spent, what, a year and a half in the mountains
In the
with the
mountains.
people, getting to know them and becoming a part of that total culture. It's where you're from, but you were able to really draw the people in so they understood that you're for them.
Absolutely.
You're not just there to squander the land, mess it up, doing mining that's going to be harmful and detrimental to their culture.
Exactly.
And you're there to actually mine the gold, give them jobs, and create something bigger. Bigger than you, bigger than the two of you, bigger than them.
The need, you see the need. Well, we see it every day, on
Everywhere
every
we
street corner,
go.
everywhere we
Exactly.
go.
I agree, Sherry.
The opportunity for some reason presented itself there. Arturo, since 2014, has been doing health clinics. In Cusco, I had altitude sickness because I went from there
That's
to
never
12,000 square feet, 12,000
Yes.
feet above sea level. Then on up to the mines were another 3,000 feet. So the equipment we found in Cusco, there was a small little hospital facility. They were using, it looked like American Horror Story. The equipment they have is so antiquated. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
So that stuck in my mind. As we got further up into the Andes, you see the children, they have nothing. There are no schools. There's no medical facilities. There is nowhere to go. There's no
So
they're
what do they
living
do?
in just little shacks. Well, they do plant and eat corn
Well, yeah,
and
they
they have
eat off the
staple-
land, which is good.
off the
Correct.
land, but all they really want are jobs. So Arturo, when this was presented to us, okay, because we were there for other reasons, when the
Right.
gold mines were presented to us, we realized it's their gold. It's the Incas' gold. It's been there for
It's their
thousands
land.
of years.
Hello.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's their land.
But if we could obtain the mines, if we could mine the gold and give them back a percentage of this to build schools and roads and
Medical
and
facilities
opportunities for
and-
their
yes.
fathers and mothers to work so
Right.
that they have an opportunity in life. We're not there to change their culture.
No.
I love
Agreed.
their culture. I
Agreed.
love the people.
Well,
Just create opportunities. That's what
Just
you
we want. Just
obviously
wanna
do.
Create opportunities.
And teach them new opportunities. So that's what drew us into the gold thing, was the humanitarian part of it.
Right.
But obviously now you realize the impact it could not only have on the Inca people, but the impact it can have on many, many people, and other opportunities can derive from that gold throughout the world. We can do many projects
throughout the globe. I mean,
throughout
there's
the globe.
Absolutely.
Construction, you can put people to work building new buildings. I mean, it's endless. It's really endless. So we got very, very excited about that. And at this point, we do own 3 gold mines.
folks. They own 3 gold mines that are
It's like owning
insanely incredible. Okay, we're talking 18 karat to 24 karat and higher percentages of gold that is just prime. They own these mines. And
it's like owning a rare Bugatti with no gas
yeah, really?
to go anywhere right
No,
now.
you got plenty of gas. Darling, you got your gas. Okay, we got gas here. Don't sweat that. That's all just ancillary.
Yeah.
And so you now do, in order to procure the gold, you do imaging to pinpoint throughout the mountains where the gold is. So, in other words, instead of just going into a crazy gold mine and taking a pick and going
Or dynamite.
or dynamite,
Dangerous.
which is dangerous, what you're doing is you're pinpointing it with imaging. So because of technology, folks, they're able to find where the largest finds are of gold and go in and mine that safely. So you're not destroying the mountain, you're not destroying the landscape,
Correct.
you're not destroying what the people's regular environment is. You're actually going in and pinpointing and saying, okay, well, this is where we need to go. Boom, boom, boom. One and done. And that's
how does
come
actually
close.
how does actually works is that we use imaging where we're gonna start drilling. We do a drill down the mountain, and what we're looking for is the vein. Through this imaging, we're gonna be able to find the vein where all the gold is sitting
okay.
underneath the earth. And once we know that, we send that sample to the laboratory, recognized by the U.S., of course,
Right.
and that's how we're going to be able to determine how much gold we're going to be able to mine per day
Right.
and for how many years.
And we talked about that right
Correct.
before the show, which, folks, I had no idea that there's a percentage that you can mine for a number of years, and that's all part of, like, if you have an investor come in, whatever, somebody say they understand the gold and they understand that it's a regular solid asset, which we still need those. Okay, it's not all online, folks, just so you know. Anyway, and you're able to determine about what that's going to be, what that percentage mined per day is, how many years they're going to be able to do it. That's a big deal,
It's a big deal.
a very big deal.
Right.
Actually, even more than that, it's once you have it documented, and that's what documentation. It comes back to the documentation of these mines,
Right.
because once it's documented and documented by Wall Street, then you have a viable mine. You
Okay.
can either sell it or you can mine it.
Okay.
It's according to the situation.
Okay.
Every mine is different. Some,
Okay.
you can mine for 200 years, 175 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I
Some-
can't even imagine.
20
And I mean,
years.
seriously, because, we're living in the here and now, and we think of our lifespan. You live for 80 years, 90 years, blah, 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 blah. But what are you going to do with a mine that's mineable for 200 years? Well, your butt's not going to be around for 200 years unless you're an Inca.
That's true.
They have really long
not that
lifespan,
far,
okay,
though.
because they're really healthy, like live 125 years, something like that. But honestly, the whole idea that we really discussed before the show is that you guys want to leave legacy and impact. And it's not just with the people of Peru. It's not the people of the Andes Mountains near Machu Picchu, which, in case you didn't know, is a really spiritual, crazy site on the planet.
Sacred.
It's a giant
Sacred
sacred vortex,
Sacred
folks.
city.
It really is. It's amazing. But the legacy and impact that you want to leave with the people and for the people isn't just there, but it's across the globe. Because oh wait, I just want to let you know, Arturo is going to run for president of Peru in 2021. I'm betting that he wins. I'm pretty much betting that he wins. Just so you know. I don't know if anybody from Peru is watching this, but just in case. we're pretty clear on that. But those efforts that you're making for the people, the humanitarian efforts, are something, as we discussed, near and dear to your heart. But they're also going to allow other people who invest and who get into this to leave that legacy and impact.
Or take it to their own area.
Take it to their own area. If you're making money from this mine, if your return on investment, your ROI,
Right.
is huge, then you're going to not just be able to help the people there with jobs, which is what they want, because they don't want free money. Listen, folks, these people want to work.
That is
They
true.
don't want to be supported by the government.
Right.
They want to work their butts off. They want to earn it the right way, and they want to provide schools, medical facilities, roads, water, power for their area. Wait, you know something? The reality of it is the human mind, we are set up to do something. We're set up to be involved with one another. We're set up to interface. We're set up to create something larger than ourselves, whether it is in a daily operation or whether it's in something that's going to last for the next 50 to 200 years. Legacy and impact. And we talked about that before the show.
I mean, that's
Yes.
why, as human beings, we are here. I think every one of us, I know everyone that I know when they were young, I always felt, I know there's something I'm here for.
Compelled.
I'm here
Compelled,
for
Sherry.
something. And I'd never quite figured out what it was, and now I know. I was put on the earth to do this, and I was put on the earth to meet Arturo. We're going to change so many people's, thousands and thousands of people's lives, and it's really
It's very exciting,
an
isn't
honor.
it?
It's really an honor.
And you know something? And I agree with that. And for whatever it's worth, it's why I do this show. It's like, I don't get paid to do the show. It's like my fun night. I bring all these really high level, cool entrepreneurs on the show, and we discuss their business and the impact and the things that they love. And that's important to me. It's important for other people in the audience to hear this and to understand that my heart is for that ability to create something bigger than ourselves.
Absolutely.
And something new, and to know that, well, I mean, we're just regular people, you know.
Oh, we all
can
are.
change,
I am.
can do
Yeah.
can little
We
changes. You can change
one
the
person
world.
one person can change the world. One person's heart, one person's ability to say, you know something, this is important to me, and I'm not going to stop until I drop, until I'm able to do what is necessary and what I was brought here to do.
Exactly.
We all have a mission.
It's our destiny.
Absolutely. Yes.
You know, I look at the little children in Peru when we're going up in the mountains, and I just think any one of them could turn out to be the person that solves or finds a cure for an incurable disease. Or we don't know what their future is, but we have to give them an opportunity
Everyone.
to have that future.
I
And it's not
agree.
just in Peru. We don't want to stop there. I hope God
I
gives me
I
the
agree.
strength to
Across
live
the
long
globe.
enough to hit many countries and change the lives of many, many people.
Yeah.
Because
right.
that's my desire and Arturo's, speaking for Arturo.
And I agree with that. And that's
And
really
you.
and me too. It's like I just do it from the sidelines. I just do it on the back burner. I just do it so that I know that there are going to be people that I can help, that I can bring investors to, that I am able to help companies exit successfully and create that legacy impact. Because if we're just here and we do things selfishly, that's not going to work. It doesn't work for
No.
anyone.
No.
It doesn't provide. And I'm just going to say this, it's a good feeling. It's a great feeling when you do something to help other people.
Kind of proud of
You're like,
yourself. You get a little,
Yeah, I love that. I love that. It's
exactly.
exciting.
Selfish in a way, isn't it?
Yes,
But it's a great feeling, isn't
It's
it?
very selfish.
It's all right.
But it's okay.
all right to be
That's how.
selfish.
But right. But you know something, God created us to,
Yeah.
and we've talked about this. I talk about this with Freddie and Dawn.
Mm.
They're the producers of the show, and we discuss. You know what? You got to take care of you first. Put the mask on you when you're in an airplane and it's going down, or it's doing whatever. Put the mask on you first so you can take care of everyone else around you. And that's something you guys need to remember, and I hope that you do. Do the things that make you happy and make you feel good and well and healthy first, because then everyone else around you is going to watch what you do, not what you say. Just like our kids, they're watching what we do. My daughter watches what I do, not what I say.
Right, they live by example, and that's what
Thank
we've been
you.
doing for many
LBE,
years.
lead by example.
Right.
I always say
Right,
that.
that's something that
Yes.
we've been doing. All these gold mountains and all this opportunity that we have created, it didn't happen just because.
Nope.
We built it. We built it thinking about people.
Work
All the
hard.
money that we make and we create in our business with the federal government, all that money we invested on doing these projects.
Doing the
Projects
mines.
3%.
for the people.
Love that.
Okay? So that's why we're here, and God is big enough
He'll
that
provide.
allowed me to meet you. And I told Sherry a lot about you. We are very impressed. Why? Because our team is growing. And I don't know how these things happens, but it just happens.
That's
They
God.
bring
He
people,
always-
good people with the same soul
Same
and the
heart.
same goals and the same heart to make a difference in the world. And that's what we're doing. We're building our army to make a difference in humanity. And that's what we're doing. And we're going to continue working until we get there, until we do it.
Till you
Until
get
we actually
what you
start
know.
seeing that
Yeah,
people's
The difference.
lives are changing.
the difference.
Absolutely. So here
It's
we are.
exciting. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting, you guys.
We have a
It's just to be a little
wonderful
part of it.
team. I mean, you got to talk about our team.
Yeah,
really.
please. I want to. I
Um,
want to hear about the team that you guys have put together in your time together doing this for Bodega de Oro, and just kind of talk to me about that, because I know that there's no I in team, number one, and doing the team makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
That's the only way. You
Absolutely.
can't do it
It's
alone.
a team game.
Yeah.
You know? Tell them about how everybody that works
Okay.
in our team.
Oh,
how
and green mining, because I think that the audience
Oh.
needs to understand the difference between green mining and what other people
The old strip mining.
choose
Go
to do.
ahead,
Yeah, yeah.
Arturo.
Arturo,
look,
let us
right
know
now,
about that.
In Peru, different parts of Peru and the mountains in the Andes, we have Americans, Australian, Canadian,
Mm-hmm.
Chinese companies mining already.
Okay.
Mining, massive mining, billions of dollars that they're making, and they're contaminating the water, their land.
Ooh.
You see birth defects in different parts of the country.
Okay, that's not okay. When
It's
you
not
start, when
okay
you
at
start,
all.
when you start seeing that, you know something is wrong.
Of course, that's
course.
that's one of the reasons
why we're
why
there.
we built a strong team down in Peru based of engineers and geologists and biologists that they work under our company to attack and to be present in front of the government to do something about these horrendous atrocities that they're doing in Peru.
So in other
So
words,
that-
they're really intervening.
They are not
behalf of the people.
Exactly. No, the government is not, and they listen, but they don't do anything. So that's our main goal
We're
here.
going to.
We started doing this green mining,
Mm-hmm.
and that's gonna be the main core rule. And to whoever the investor is gonna be able to buy one of the mines, because I'm gonna be and provide 1 year of my service along with my engineers and my geologists to work for that company free of charge, and to make sure that whoever buys the mine, they're gonna do what we do, green mining.
Okay.
No contamination of the water nor land.
create reservoirs of the water that runs off, and we capture that instead of going into the earth,
streams.
contaminating the streams. And
So what are you going to do with the water? Are you going to purify it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So in other words,
Absolutely.
you're going to take the water that's been used to mine the gold or the precious metals, whatever it is, silver, copper, blah, blah, blah. You're going to take that water and then you're going to purify it so it's not going to contaminate the land and
No.
cause the birth defects and the issues that they're currently encountering right now.
Even the people, the workers who are down in the mines, a lot of them, just like in the coal mines here, they
Oh
get
yeah,
the
you
black
breathe
light.
it.
They're
You
breathing.
breathe the stuff.
Correct.
You
We
breathe
have-
the dust.
There's technology now where you capture the dust. See, it's the dust that they're inhaling.
It's the dust because
So there's
because it's so
machines that will take
fine.
away
Correct.
that dust. So that's another very important issue
Okay.
with the
Alright.
green mining.
So machines to remove the
Yeah.
dust, so it avoids the lungs. Okay. And what else? What else is it that you've with the green mining that's so critically important?
Oh, what is
It's ma-
CO2? Yeah.
It's mainly, and this is our main focus, mainly not to contaminate the water, not to contaminate the land. And that's why we use high-tech equipment.
Okay.
It costs a lot more money to mine it, but at the long run,
You're gonna get more from it because the people are more engaged.
absolutely.
Exactly.
Remember that
And they're
the,
not getting you're not
Sick.
killing their children in
Exactly.
them.
But
Thank you.
more than that, really quick. Remember, these mountains belongs to the Incas.
Yeah.
It does. We can go ahead and mine it, but it will never belong to us. So it's
agreed.
on our own benefit. Number one, create opportunities for them. Two, not contaminate their land or water.
Right.
And by so, they will allow us to mine their properties
Yeah.
for hundreds of years.
In other words, it's a win-win for
It's a
everybody.
win-win.
It's a win-win.
For
Correct.
respect.
Sherry, Arturo, thank you so much for joining
Thank
me tonight.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you, thank you,
allowing
thank you. And
us.
hopefully you'll be able to come back. Folks, we're live
shared our
tonight.
dreams.
Yeah. We are live tonight on the Faith Washington Show. And we are live on Facebook, Periscope, 95.3 FM, 1470 AM, and the iHeartRadio app, WWNN. My special guests, Arturo, Sherry, and
It's a pleasure.
it's just what a great honor to meet both of you and your
Thank you
humanitarian.
for inviting us.
I'm so thrilled, and we'll see you again soon, folks.
All
Have a
right.
great night. We'll see you next Thursday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now.
You've been listening and watching The Faith Washington Show, where we have widened your view of the world. Our guests share their business, family, and fun life hacks to make your world better. Hope you've learned something to apply to your life and business.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.